Hello guys, welcome back to my channel once again here on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me today for part 3 of the 2011 WWE Premium Live Event stroke pay-per-view reviews. Blu-ray, DVD reviews as well, if you like. And it's WrestleMania 27 today. But before we go into that, I just want to correct a mistake I made on my last video in this series of the Elimination Chamber. Now, I did tell you guys that the Raw and SmackDown Blu-ray extras disc was after Elimination Chamber, but the dates were printed wrong. And while I was writing my notes down and taking down details what I needed, I kept looking up at the Raw and SmackDown episodes, and then just carrying on with what I was doing, and just looked up at all the important bits that stood out to me. And I didn't really take much notice of it. But there was a few times where I thought to myself, hang on a minute, this doesn't make any sense. This is meant to be after Elimination Chamber, so what's going on here? And then I just thought it was me going a bit crazy. But then luckily, Nathan the Wrestling Guy, my friend, kindly pointed out to me that it was a printing error, and these were actually before the Elimination Chamber, which made more sense to me. At the time, like I said, I wasn't paying much attention. I should have been. But yeah, they were set before the Elimination Chamber and not afterwards, so I apologise for that now. I just want to correct that error. And it's also an error from Silvervision, because they printed it wrong, the wrong dates. But yeah, so that's that anyway. So I apologise for that. Now we get to the WrestleMania now. Sorry about that, guys. So we have WrestleMania 27. Live April 3rd, 2011 from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. Attendance 71,617 and a whopping buy rate of 1,059,000. I love the front cover artwork with all the fireworks in the background, Undertaker and Triple H face to face there at the top. I like the logo, it's really cool how they put it together with the Roman numerals still intact as well. I really wish they stuck to the Roman numerals. That's what I was used to growing up as a kid, all the way from my teens all the way to my adult years, and then they fucking go and changed it to just numbers now. Very confusing, but sorry, not numbers, yearly now. So it's like 2020, 2021, 2022 kind of thing, instead of using the Roman numerals. And anyway, John Cena there at the bottom, WrestleMania guest host The Rock in the middle there, and then the then WWE champion The Miz. Free disc set features exclusive Blu-ray extras as usual. Silvervision release, as I already said earlier, I think. 12 certificate here in the UK. There's the spine. The discs. Disc 1, the event itself. Disc 2, we have the Hall of Fame. Disc 3, the episodes of Raw and SmackDown before WrestleMania. Because it gets so confusing having the wrong dates. Anyway, I can take this out because it has some artwork. Well, not artwork, some text. Maybe some artwork on the interior. Yeah, it does have artwork as well. So it has artwork on the right hand side of the Georgia Dome. Yeah, so 71,617 people that night. That's impressive. What a crowd. Let's see if I can stand that up. I'm hoping I can, yes. So I'll cover what's on each of the discs and give you my pros and cons and everything at the end as usual. So Kerry Hilson sings America the Beautiful. We have WrestleMania host The Rock come out. We have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Edge and Alberto Del Rio. We have Rey Mysterio against Cody Rhodes. Snoop Dogg is in the house. An 8-man tag team match, Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston and Santino Marella versus the core members, Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. The Rock with Divas champion Eve. Randy Orton versus CM Punk. The Rock with Mean Gene Okerlund. The WWE Hall of Fame class of 2011. Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole with special guest referee Stone Cold Steve Austin. No holds barred match, Undertaker versus Triple H. 6-person mixed tag match, John Morrison, Trish Stratus and Nicole Snooki Polizzi, I think I said her name right, do apologize if I didn't, versus Dolph Ziggler and Lay Cool. WWE Championship match, The Miz versus John Cena, and then it's wrapped up with WrestleMania 27 highlights. That's disc 1. Disc 2, the Hall of Fame 2011 induction ceremony. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Sonny, Abdullah the Butcher, the Road Warriors, Drew Carey, Shawn Michaels, special features, a United States Championship match, lumberjack match, that is, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan plus Edge versus Alberto Del Rio history. That wraps up disc 2. And I'll cover the Hall of Fame quickly now, because I don't really cover it in my notes. I did enjoy Hall of Fame. I do enjoy watching the ceremonies every year that they were released on Blu-ray or DVD. They are very fun to watch, and this particular year was good to see Shawn Michaels, the Road Warrior, Sonny, and Jim Duggan get inducted. I have no fucking idea why they bothered putting Drew Carey in there. Well, I do understand why they did, but why? What is the point? Disc 3 then, guys. We had the episodes of Raw and SmackDown, and then if you want to pause there, that's the list of everything that takes place on those episodes. So this is definitely 100% before WrestleMania 27. Nathan the Wrestling Guy, just please verify this, that I've not gone insane and it's set after WrestleMania or something. I'm pretty sure it definitely is. It even says the dates there as well. So, yeah. Oh, apart from the Raw 4th of April, that is set after WrestleMania with the announcement of The Rock and Cena for WrestleMania 28. That is the only exception. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain of that. Oh, these are so confusing, these extras. They really are. But yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So the back then we had... let me pause it a minute, guys. I'm going to put this back in its case. Sorry about that jump cut then, guys. I had to put it back in its case. It was really annoying me trying to hold it, and it was just flopping around like a fish. So we have various screenshots on the back there. So we, as you can see, we have Cena and Miz from their match. Triple H pinning The Undertaker, as Undertaker would pin his opponents usually. The Rock, Edge and Alberto Del Rio, and I think that's Trish Stratus and Michelle McCool there. So The Rock returns home to be world's most electrifying host of WrestleMania 27 from Atlanta, Georgia. The Great One will lay the smackdown on the pomp of and festivities that make WrestleMania the world's greatest annual pop culture extravaganza. John Cena looks to dethrone the self-proclaimed most must-see WWE champion in history, The Miz. Undertaker's legendary 18-0 WrestleMania winning streak has never been in greater peril when Triple H challenges the Phenom. Alberto Del Rio looks to fulfill his destiny to take Edge's World Heavyweight Championship. A bitter and personal rivalry comes to a head when Randy Orton battles CM Punk. Jerry the King Lawler makes his WrestleMania debut when he finally gets his hands on Michael Cole with Stone Cold Steve Austin as special guest referee. All this and more when the superstars of WWE invade the Georgia Dome for WrestleMania 27. And I've already gone over all the matches already in the inside. And the extras, you already know about them as well, guys. So this does have a 9-hour, 18-minute run time. Let's go over my pros and cons then, my thoughts and everything else. So, pros first. The Rock back in the WWE as the guest host of WrestleMania definitely deserved to be put in the pros. I did like that. He was very, very entertaining, charismatic, yeah, and as charismatic as usual. Very entertaining. Always is a pleasure to watch The Rock. Also, Edge versus Alberto Del Rio was surprisingly fun, but I enjoyed Edge destroying Alberto Del Rio's car after the match much, much more. But it was still fun. Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio was pretty cool. Rey Mysterio's attire was like Captain America and looked absolutely great. I wasn't sure what to think about Cody's disfigured gimmick, where he was apparently forced to wear a mask after Rey hit him with a 619 in the face while wearing a knee brace. Very strange stuff. CM Punk versus Randy Orton was a superb match, and I feel that this truly is an underrated match that should be brought up more often in wrestling's greatest matches conversations with other people, with other fans. That's just my opinion though, guys. I really do like that match. It's very underrated indeed. Undertaker versus Triple H in a no-holds-barred match was incredible. Taker went into this one 18-0, and in regards to his Mania streak, and Triple H gave his best match of his career, in my opinion, right here against Undertaker on this very night. Honestly, guys, I believe this is Triple H's best match. I really did enjoy that. On the cons, we've got Edge's match versus Alberto Del Rio would have been his last match for 9 years due to a serious injury. He would relinquish the championship on the following evening's episode of Raw. The 8-man tag match, which had Big Show, Edge, Santino Marella, and Kofi Kingston versus The Core, was an absolute joke. WWE were looking as if they were pushing The Core as the company's top heels, or almost the company's top heels, as Wade Barrett was Intercontinental Champion and 2 members of The Core were the tag team champions, yet the Big Show's team destroyed them in just a few minutes. Their entrances lasted longer than the actual match. A complete waste of time, in my opinion, especially for WrestleMania. Having Pee Wee Herman and Mae Young in backstage segments with The Rock was an absolute cringe. I just didn't like that at all. It's just, why? What is the point? But Mean Gene dressed as John Cena was quite funny, though, to be fair. I should have put that under a pro, really. But, you know. And as if that 8-man tag team match wasn't bad enough, we were tortured with Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler. This was terrible. Even the weeks leading up to this, where Cole would hide in his little plastic box, that was so annoying. I remember reading in Power Slam magazine back in 2011 when Jerry Lawler done a drop kick to Michael Cole. He knocked out one of Cole's teeth, and ironically, that same day, that Michael Cole managed to lose another tooth earlier when he was doing training for that match. So he actually lost 2 teeth that day. Very strange, but yeah, I thought I'd share that bizarre fact with you. It always stuck with me, that one, from reading Power Slam back in the day. John Morrison, Trish Stratus and Snooki versus Leiko and Ziggler was another absolute shit match. This didn't deserve to be on a WrestleMania. It was very poor stuff. Moving away now from my pros and cons, I'd like to talk about the Miz versus Cena main event match for the WWE Championship. A lot of people say this is the worst main event in WrestleMania history, but I didn't actually mind it. When you see that it was used to set up The Rock and Cena for WrestleMania 28, I guess you appreciate it more. Well, I did. I seem to anyway. But yeah, I didn't mind that main event, honestly. I know it had stupid finishes and then it had a restart, and you know, but I found it good. It was entertaining. I'm happy with all the extras on this, and yes, it's not to everyone's favorite WrestleMania, but I enjoyed it strangely. Maybe a guilty pleasure. I don't know. It was good, but then it did have those handful of matches that didn't deserve to be on there. Definitely not. But my three favorite matches were CM Punk versus Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio, and my match of the night was Undertaker versus Triple H in that no holds barred match. That should have been the main event, really, to be fair. But it is what it is, and this is what we got. I give it a score overall, including the bonus extras that hopefully don't screw me over this time with dates and that. They shouldn't do. I think I got everything right in my notes here. I apologize in advance now if I haven't. And I'm sure Nathan the wrestling guy will let me know if I've messed this one up. But yes, overall score 7.5 out of 10. Yes, it does seem a pretty high score, I know, guys, but like I said, it does have its ups and downs, and I do actually like this WrestleMania. It had a nice feel to it. Just a few rotten matches didn't help. So next up in part 4, we will be covering Extreme Rules 2011. I do believe that's the next one, and then after that it'll be Over the Limit in part 5. Hopefully I could do Extreme Rules in the next few days, which would be cool. I'm trying to get as many of them done as I can. It's just getting the time to do it. Anyway, guys, if I deserve a thumbs up today, please give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hi to new subscribers. As always, pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining me here on Beatdown Bunny channel. And by all means, comment. It means a lot to me. You guys stay safe. I'll see you again soon for part 4. Peace.